What I wanted to focus on today's thought of the day is regarding opening up. So we've heard that sometimes men can find it difficult to open up because of the way they've been brought up, because they were taught not to express their feelings, to be tough, and that girls, maybe sometimes it's more acceptable for girls, for females to be more open about their feelings. But either way, of course, it's important for males and females to open up about their feelings if they are struggling. Now, I think it's also very important to not be put off if you have actually opened up to someone and they haven't been helpful, or they've reacted in a certain way that you weren't expecting, or that kind of made you feel like you wish you hadn't said anything. Please don't let that stop you from opening up to someone else, because I went through that exactly the same thing. I opened up to various different people, for example, my doctor, a counselor, my family, and sometimes the response that I got or the help that I got wasn't helpful. It didn't lead to recovery. And to be honest, it could have been off-putting. I could have kind of thought to myself, well, do you know what? No one understands, and no one's offering me any real solution, so I'm just going to keep everything to myself and just carry on suffering. However, I didn't do that. I actually, once I did start to open up, I started that journey of looking for help. I did eventually find someone that I felt I could relate to, and someone that actually I felt that I could trust, and also that actually led me to get that real help that I needed. Now, it's important to say at this point that the person that helps you doesn't necessarily have to understand what you're feeling, because the person that helped me, he didn't say to me that he understood what I felt, or that he'd been through the same thing. It wasn't like that, because sometimes what I think kind of stops people from talking sometimes is, that people won't understand. They don't necessarily have to understand. They don't necessarily have to have been through what you've been through. Anyone can actually help. But the person that, what helped me about this person, even though they hadn't been through what I went through, was the confidence that they gave to me, was the courage that they had to actually look me in the eyes and say to me, Chris, your life is going to change. That was enough for me to actually get me on the road to recovery. So it is very important to open up if you are struggling with your mental health, if you are struggling with what you're feeling. But if you don't initially get the help that you need to recover, don't let that stop you from looking elsewhere for help. And also, don't always expect someone to have been through something that you've been through to understand you, because sometimes it's not necessary all the time. There's times when you just need something different. You need someone maybe that's, had an opposite experience to you, or is just able to pass that confidence to you, or to have courage to say certain things that you haven't heard from other people. And either way, always make sure that you do deal with any feelings that you're going through, so that your mental health doesn't get worse.